What's happening? This is a presentation for those who missed the meeting, and I'm just going to go over the slideshow. First, what we got is the itinerary for Greece and Naples. All right, so day one, we're going to fly to Greece. Day two, we land in Athens, and then we'll get as much done in Athens as we can. We'll try to visit the Acropolis and the Panathenaic Stadium, which is the 1896 stadium. On day three, we'll try to go to Lake Voyagmeni and do a cooking class. And my friend Karina, she does baklava classes in her house, so we'll go there, make baklava. She'll set up a 5-course meal for us, and then we'll finish it off with the baklava that we made. Then we'll go on the islands. Milos, famous for the Venus de Milo statue. And the first day we're going to go beach hopping because they've got some fascinating beaches, not like the ones here. Next day, go on a boat tour. My friend Doris, she owns a boat. She's incredible. But she and her crew will take us out. Then Santorini, which many don't think needs any introduction because it's so beautiful. But we are going to go to Santorini. We're going to visit Akrotiri, which is basically the ancient Greek version of Pompeii. Go on a hike. Then on the next day, do the caldera tour and a photo shoot where we just take pictures of ourselves throughout. Fly to Naples. And it really just depends on when we get into Naples, what we're able to do. But we'll probably keep it low-key, go to the museum, walk around, have dinner. Then the next day, go to Pompeii and Sorrento. And then day 10, a nice day in Capri, which is a resort island for the emperors. And then make our way on home. So for those who don't know who I am, I Google image myself, and these are some of the more common images of me. Yeah, pretty good sweat ring we got going on there. A little bit more information. I'm married. I have 3 stepkids. One is now teaching. The other 2 are seniors in college. I teach Latin at Wyoming Middle School. I love running, traveling, volunteering. Yeah. So these are some pictures that have been taken on my trips over the past few years. This is Lake Voyagmeni. It's a thermal lake, more like a pond, but it's the same temperature all year round, and it's got the little fish that bite the dead skin off you. We've got the Parthenon on the Acropolis. This is some of my kids running at the Panathenaic Stadium. It's the only stadium made of solid marble. This is the host of the 1896 Olympic Games in Athens. We'll go visit the museum. This is my favorite piece at the museum. It is the Antikythera mechanism, which some consider to be the oldest computer in history. Next up, we got Milos. Here's one of the beaches, a nice view from up top. When you get on down there, this is at the bottom of the beach. So you got the Mermaid Rock, you've got a nice beautiful cave, somebody with snorkeling gear. To get down to that, on the left is the picture you got to climb on down, and it's not bad. That kind of makes it look like the pit from Star Wars, but it's not. And then that's one of my students on the boat, on Dora's boat from last year. There's some of the cliffs from which we jump. I would not recommend going. I mean, she's doing the star pose. Yeah, feet together, toes pointed. Picture the water from the boat we were on last year. More pictures from the beach. If we get a chance, we'll make it to the catacombs, burial chambers that are fairly underground. Next up, make it to Santorini. Absolutely gorgeous. These are pictures from the photo shoot over the last few years. This is Akrotiri. This place was destroyed by the volcanic eruption in Santorini in the 17th century BC. So this city's 3,700 years old, and it's only partially uncovered, and we'll get to go through it. On the caldera, which is kind of the middle of it, they've got this thermal pool which has this mud stuff that's good for your skin. I'll take their word for it. And I really just like this picture, so I put it in there. From Santorini, we will fly to Naples. It's the birthplace of the margarita pizza, which is depicted here. We'll make our way to Pompeii, and here are different pictures from Pompeii. This one was, I got this picture because it was the cover of my Latin textbook in high school. We'll try to see the plaster casts, which are now at the Naples Museum, not at Pompeii. And then after that, the next day, we'll finish it off with a nice, relaxing trip to Capri. Nice views from the Augustan Gardens. I know the guy who owns a boat company, and we'll get a private boat to take us around and swim in the Mediterranean, because why not? All right, so that's the itinerary. Travel experience I have on the left is, where I've gone as a chaperone or a leader. On the right is just where I visited. Italy, Greece, and Israel are the biggies. My brother lives in Israel. That's why I've been there so many times. But Italy and Greece, I love it. I teach Latin. It's, I love those places. I keep going back. All right, so one of the reasons I started doing my own independent tours and start my company is because I can do things cheaper. And that way we can experience more that there is. And so, I just pulled up these tours, experiences. Pompeii skipped the line tour for $57.73. And, with kids, I can get it done for $10. The Colosseum, I can get kids in for $8, and the Vatican, $23. You're not paying for all the excess stuff. And so I'm trying to make this, attainable for kids. I never got the chance to travel when I was in high school, but I'd love, to give that opportunity to people. This is a tour I just found in the Mediterranean. It's, 7 days in Rome for $4,000. We're spending, 9, 10 days, and, we get a couple of islands and a couple of countries in there, and it's still less than that. So, yeah, I'm trying to make it, reasonable and doable. Here's some of the financial stuff. It's going to be $3,700, and I need the initial down payment and the second payment by December 1st. And then after that, I'll be in contact with people and let them know what we need and what's going on, and just keep them up to date with what's happening. The cost, it does cover the flight. It does. Some tour companies don't. This one covers the flight and all transportation. It also covers the hotels where we're staying. It covers museum entrance, so getting into the Archaeological Museum at Athens, the Archaeological Museum at Naples. Akrotiri and Pompeii are considered museums. We'll go in there. And then experiences like the cooking class, boat tours, going to Voyagmeni, those are included as well. Really, you just need to focus on lunch, dinner, souvenirs. All right, now we got the frequently asked questions that people have come up with. When you need to know by December 1st, the limit is 15 max. Do you need to be vaccinated? Not at the moment. If you are vaccinated, great. But at the moment, no, they're not requiring checks on vaccines. How do I sign up? There's a form that is linked into the YouTube video, and I have it. You return that to me with either check or Venmo. How can you pay? Check or Venmo. And then, do you take chaperones? Yeah, and these are people that I've worked and traveled with for years. They do not go for free. They know they're paying, but they're willing. They like to travel as much as I do. So it's not a chaperone. Just isn't a free spot. These people, they do pay, and they're there with a purpose, and they're super, super helpful, and they're great people. Do you take parents? The focus is students. I'm not opposed to it, but if the slots fill up first, then parents, parents won't be on the trip. there are enough parents that do want to go, we can work out something, for a different trip, and we can talk about that. I'm not opposed to it. How much money should my child bring? Depends on your child, but usually I say $50 is fine. If you're needing more than that, then you are planning on shopping quite a bit. But that should cover a souvenir and then lunch, dinner per day. What happens if COVID happens? Well, I'll keep in communication and we'll do what we can. A couple years ago, I had to postpone for a year, and then the following year, I had to drop Italy and just focus on Greece, and I added a couple islands. We'll make it work. Do I provide insurance? No. People want different types of insurance, and some people's cards actually take care of travel insurance, which is pretty cool now. Keeping the frequently asked question train going. How are rooms set up? Single sex, 2 to 4 to a room. So last year, Milos and Athens, we were 2 to a room. And then for Santorini and Naples, it was up to 4 to a room. Just depended on how it worked out. You can get a hold of your child through WhatsApp based on Wi-Fi, or if your kid has a carrier that has international service, you can do that too. What do I do about a passport? I would get one as quick as possible. I had mine expedited. My mom and I recently just had to get ours within the last year. I got mine expedited. She didn't, and we were both fine. Can I sue you or the school if something goes bad? Nope. You fill out a form acknowledging that bears no responsibility. As for me, I'm going to take care of my business. So as long as everyone does what I say, we'll be safe and good. But this is outside of Wyoming. What happens if there's a medical emergency? I'll get your child to a pharmacy which has doctors there, and maybe the hospital if need be, and I'll be in communication with you. How do we get a hold of you? Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp is going to be the best way. How do I get more information about you? Because I don't really know you, Mr. B. You can Google me or ask me to give you some references. Is Greece safe with the conflict going on? Yes, I am. As of right now, I'm not worried, and my friends who live in Greece are not worried at the moment. Greece is not a target. What do you do about safety? If I don't address this here, feel free to ask, but excuse me. I have one chaperone per 5, at least one chaperone per 5 kids, and they are very, very good. I hold on to the passports and I keep them in my drawstring bag, which is heavy duty. It's got metal infused in it, so it is cut proof, and those stay on me locked up. Free time, I don't call it free time so much as unplanned activities, but like, for example, if we go to the beach, great. I know my eyes are on them and they're with somebody. Maybe we go shopping, because we're not in a museum or something, but like we'll be with the kids the whole time. The only time we won't directly be with them is, when they're in their room sleeping. But, I want you to feel comfortable. I want you to feel like they're safe, and they will be. But I'll have eyes on all the kids at all times except for, when they are in their hotel room. All right, why send your child to Greece? Great exposure to traveling. I love traveling, and I think it's a great thing to do, and it opens your eyes up to so much. Greece is a relatively safe place compared to a lot of other places. And so, how we set it up, we're doing a cooking class at somebody's house. All right, so we'll be safe there. Voyagmeni, the lake, that's off at a distance. Not many people are around there. Where we do our activities are pretty public and safe. When we do our boat tours, we're there. That's our own boat. So we do a lot of this stuff, but we do it as our own group and away from any potential dangers. I haven't had any issues. I don't plan on having any issues, but a lot of that, I prevent ahead of time with planning. My activities are geared towards kids, so I do trips for middle schoolers, high schoolers, and adults, and Yeah, this is set up for the middle school age group. You know, foreign travel opportunities will be offered in the high school, and so to kind of, you know, break you in and get you ready for that, I mean, this would be a great opportunity. There's a lot that Greece has to offer. A lot of the other trips, there's a lot going on, and it can be a little bit intense, and, you know, this would be a great way to break your kid into that. And then experience other cultures. It's really cool when, you know, you come back and you can talk about, well, these people did this or this or this, and we did this cooking class, and let me show you how to make it. Or, you know, you're watching a show and you're like, I've been there, this is really cool. And just to get an understanding of, you know, how other people live, what other people experience, yeah, it opens your eyes, and it's really cool. So that is a lot, and I don't know how long this video is running, but I appreciate you watching it. If you do have any questions, please feel free to email me, thoughts, anything like that. Yeah, please let me know. Yeah, so thank you for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you.